have student athletes Karis Baker and Carly Wenzel in the room. Coach Duffy, can you kick it off with an opening statement, please?
Sure. I'm really proud of my team this evening. I thought we had a toughness about ourselves and had a great effort. Castle was rocking, just a great college basketball atmosphere. Just got to give North Carolina a lot of credit. I thought they, late in that game, fourth quarter and overtime, they made huge plays. We had a couple different breakdowns, and I felt like they took advantage of everyone late. I really believe we had our opportunities, just didn't have enough execution down the stretch.
Open the floor to questions from Mark and then Thomas.
I think you guys missed your last 8 shots from the field in the game. Did you feel like you got decent looks down the stretch? Or?
Yeah, I think for the most part. I mean, a couple of them were, a little bit of a broken play, but I thought overall we got some pretty, even starting in that fourth quarter, got some good looks, missed some layups. I mean, we executed a couple really nice things, and, as you can see, it was extremely physical on both sides, and, I thought we needed to finish a little bit better, whether they were, fouls or not. I just thought we had a couple, maybe 4 or 5 layups that needed to go in. Unfortunately, they didn't.
For anybody, obviously coming off those back-to-back wins out in California, was there anything you guys felt you did pretty well out there that you just weren't able to recapture tonight?
I think we competed really well. I think that's something we've been toning in on, and I think we did that really well in Cali. I think our effort was kind of better than it has been all season, and just fighting and playing through mistakes and things like that. And I think we did that tonight. It just didn't end up going our way, but I think our effort and our fight was where we wanted to be coming into the season.
Thomas.
Coach, Kyla was 6 points and 10 rebounds. What do you see from her today?
Kyler had her hands full defensively. I mean, Nyla Harris is, I say this respectfully, she's a monster. She's physical. She's talented. She's just relentless. And I thought Kyla overall did a really good job to limit some touches and just battle with her. I thought, for Kyla to play 40 minutes, it's a lot of minutes. So she continues to just be a warrior for us. And, whatever task we give her, she's ready to step up. And I know she wants a couple of those finishes around the rim back. But, overall, I thought, her effort was good.
I'm not trying to get you in trouble here. There was the play with about 90 seconds left. Karis gets hit in the face, and it was a foul on her. Are you surprised that it wasn't reviewed after the play earlier? It was on Mackey, was reviewed again in the first half?
Yeah, I think that was the hard part to kind of figure out. They have the opportunity to come together and kind of talk about if they want to review it. There's certain things I can review, certain things I can't. They thought, at least one of them came over to me and said they just felt like it was more of a collision versus, with the new F1 that it might not be intentional, but if you, really whack somebody, they'll go to it. So they just thought, unfortunately, Karis got the brunt of it, but I think it was, bodies coming together versus something cheap. And I know it probably didn't feel good for her, but I guess that's what they told me, that it wasn't necessarily something they thought they needed to review.
Karis, you guys held them with 37% and made things really, really difficult. What did you like about your defense, and what more did you might need in the final stretch?
Yeah, I think like Carly talked about in California, that was where we wanted our effort to be all season, and I think we showed that in California, and we came into this game, we had a lot of confidence defensively, and in the first half I thought our defense was really good in the first half, and I think we just had in the second half some slip-ups in kind of crunch time, so I think that wasn't very helpful to us. And then just like discipline, Coach Duffy always talks about that with our defense. I think we just had a couple down the stretch undisciplined defensive stops, and it kind of hurt us a little bit. We have like mistakes, but we're going to go back into the gym. Obviously, we're going to watch film and just correct it because we have a game on Sunday, so we don't have much time to just dwell on this and think about it too much. So
We'll go Sam and then Thomas.
Coach, Carly picked up her second foul pretty early there in the game. How'd you have to adjust with her on the bench, and just what went into that?
I was really proud of our bench, the way they came in. I didn't feel like we missed a beat. Mel was good. Samaya was good. Sophie gave us a couple really good minutes. Our lead extended, which is an awesome thing. That's not always the case when you lose somebody like Carly for a few minutes. And you always, I think as a coach, think about if it gets a little bit ugly or the score starts going the wrong way, that, you'll put Carly back in. But fortunately, our other players really stepped up and played tough defensively and did enough offensively. It was a really exciting 10-7 quarter in the second. But overall, we had some great contributions, from our bench.
Thomas.
Karis, you played all but 1 minute and 51 seconds in the contest, and then there were 2 other players on the team alongside you that logged 40 or more minutes. What do you think of the team's stamina down the stretch?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely props to Coach Taylor. I think that starts in the summer. He definitely got us prepared to play those high minutes. So, I mean, we don't really think about it much. We just want to go out there and do everything that we can. And if that means that me and Carly or whoever it is has to stay on the floor longer, that's what we're going to do. So, yeah, it's definitely props to Coach Taylor. And just, I mean, it's preparation. It starts with that always. So just having that preparation, I knew that I could have that stamina to stay in the game.
What you did on defense in the first half to really hold them down? It was a season low shooting, season low point total. And what did they do differently in the second half?
I think we came out with a tenacity about ourselves on the defensive end. We wanted to make it as difficult as possible for their post to get easy baskets. They can make some really, really tough baskets, so eliminate some of the easy ones. I thought we were pretty connected on our personnel, knowing not to give, number 0, Lainey Grant, a 3, and really try and keep, Navarre in front of us. So some phenomenal possessions. And then, like we mentioned before, in the second half, I thought we still had some great possessions and then a couple mishaps. We didn't rotate once when we needed to, and we were off too far on one of their shooters, and then we missed a box out, and those little things added up at the wrong times. I think that was the biggest thing. You can maybe get away with that a little bit earlier in the game, and you can adjust, but that's when you really got to lock it in. Both teams are fatigued to some extent because you got a lot of kids playing some big minutes, but those are the small things. We dropped the ball a couple times on our end offensively, and if we scoop that up and get the opportunity to try and make a basket, maybe that helps us. So there's a lot of small things that we're going to nitpick at, obviously, but I thought overall a really good college basketball game, 2 tournament teams with a lot of talent on the floor, and that was ACC basketball right there.
All right, final question with Tucker.
Samaya had 15 tonight, huge game at Cal. What's kind of enabled her over these last few games to really play the way she has?
Samaya's playing well. I think she's just helping us any way she can. I thought she did a really nice job in the Cal game with her defense, and then, she carried that over today. And then, we're always looking for not only her but other players who can step up and, hit a pull-up or hit a 3 or get to the free throw line. And, she's filling into her role really, really nicely and gaining confidence as we go. And, only bright spots ahead of her for sure.
All right, thank you guys.